This is a gaming phone. It doesn't look like one, and it's not being marketed as one, but as soon as you dig into the OnePlus 12, it's hard to think of it as anything else. I wasn't sure how to approach the OnePlus 12 when I pulled it out of the box. It doesn't look radically different from its predecessor, and it doesn't have a mountain of AI features to translate calls or edit photos with. It just kind of left me feeling like this was a really well-built phone that was kind of searching for its purpose. Then I started running benchmarks. I put the OnePlus 12 through a graphically intensive gauntlet of 3D Mark tests, for everything from ray tracing to sustained performance under stress. It breezed through them with hardly a second thought. I figured the OnePlus 12 would get uncomfortably warm in the hand during latter runs of its stress test, like most thin and light flagships tend to do, but it did nothing of the sort. Outside of the benchmarking arena, the OnePlus 12 just kept ticking. It took everything from lighter games like Railbound and Tacticus, Asphalt 9 Legends like a fish to water, or a gaming phone to, well, games. And it's all made that much more impressive when you remember that, again, the OnePlus 12 isn't actually a gaming device. Perhaps the most important part of OnePlus's undercover gaming flagship is its updated cooling solution. The OnePlus 12 relies on a dual cryo velocity system, which pairs a smaller vapor chamber that's positioned around the system on a chip with a larger vapor chamber that absorbs most of that heat and really helps to speed up the cooling process. The dual vapor chambers kept the device surprisingly cool, only offering a little bit of warming around the camera bump, which isn't even where I hold the phone. Honestly, when you think of a gaming phone, you probably think of a few specific traits. You're probably expecting some degree of RGB lighting, a few aggressive angles in the body, and a built-in fan to keep cool under pressure. If you're lucky, you might also get some hardware-based triggers too. The OnePlus 12 has none of that. Instead, it's styled very much like its predecessor, with a circular camera bump, smooth lines, and a flowy emerald finish that feels more like Zen than the top of the podium. Look closer, and the OnePlus 12 is actually perfectly positioned for gaming action. The massive 6.82-inch display is plenty immersive, it's bigger than before, and offers a truly variable refresh rate that drops as low as 1 Hz when needed. The 2K display is plenty flexible when it comes to brightness too, offering a peak of 4500 nits, which sounds pretty much blinding. It's a full 1500 nits higher than the OnePlus Open, and dwarfs the best from Apple, Samsung, and Google. You're probably not going to reach that peak very often, of course, but it's nice to have as an option in bright daylight. At a glance, the OnePlus 12 is spec'd out like most high-end flagships in 2024. It has Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor under the hood, as well as a healthy dose of both RAM and storage, with either 12 or 16 gigabytes of LPDDR5X RAM, and up to 512 gigabytes of onboard storage. The OnePlus 12 has a massive 5400 mAh battery with 80 watt wired charging in the US, 100 watt wired charging worldwide, and get this, wireless charging is back. OnePlus brought back 50 watt wireless charging provided you have a compatible AirVoop charger, which once again easily outpaces the Galaxy S24 series or the Pixel 8 Pro. On top of those specs, the OnePlus 12 also has a new proprietary Trinity engine, which essentially works to balance its performance with its power consumption. It relies on specific functions like RAM vitalization to store larger apps in the background, while maximizing the amount of RAM that's still available for the apps you need up front, like whatever game you're jumping into at the moment. More specifically for gamers, the Trinity engine powers what OnePlus calls Hyper Boost, Hyper Rendering, and Hyper Touch. Hyper Rendering sounds pretty straightforward, but the process is a little more complicated. It relies on a dedicated Pixelworks X7 visual processor to smooth transitions, add a little more pop to in-game visuals. It's also key to ensuring that the OnePlus 12 achieves a full 120 Hz refresh rate in any game you jump into. Hyper Touch has an important role to play too, especially with the OnePlus 12's waterfall display. It essentially runs sensitive algorithms to differentiate between softer presses on the edges of that display with the taps on the middle of the display that you actually need to get through your game.